Alrighty. Hello, my name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to my backyard. I'm out on the lake today ice fishing, so if it's a little bit breezy, I apologize. Today's video is a myth about the SnowDog. Now don't get me wrong, I like the SnowDog. It just doesn't do everything that they say it will do. And that's what this video is about. This is myth number 2. This will be the second one of these. The first one, you guys really liked it, so here we are. We're probably, I don't know, at least a month from the last video, maybe longer. I lose track of time. But I've been out on the SnowDog this winter. I've been using it. I've been using it in the bush. I've been using it out ice fishing. So I've got a little more experience, my point, than the last time I met with you guys about the myth about this SnowDog. And I'll take the camera off the tripod here in a minute, and we'll go over a couple things here on the machine. Since the last video, I've got a lot of good comments. A lot of people with the same issues that I'm having as far as being able to start in cold weather. Now, I just got a comment in. It says he lives 16 miles from the Arctic Circle, and last week was 60 below zero all week, and he started the SnowDog third pull. Well, I don't believe that. And I'm not saying he's lying. I'm saying he's got a different machine than I've got. He's either got a different, it could be the same machine, different motor, different carburetor. There's no way that this machine is going to start third pull at 60 below. No way. I'm at 25 below, and without ether, without some starting fluid down the throat of the carburetor, this thing will not start. I don't have it in me to pull it over fast enough or hard enough to get it to start. Now, I don't know what he's got going on. I guess there are, now this is a summer motor that's on here. This is a Briggs & Stratton motor. It wasn't that long ago that they made a Tecumseh motor that was made for winter use. Now, I got 3 Tecumseh motors on 3 different snowblowers that will start in any conditions. You hit the primer button 3 times, or highlights it till the gas is leaking out the carburetor. If you see a few drops come out, then it's ready to start. You pull that thing over and it will start the first pull, if not the second pull. Them Tecumseh motors were made for cold weather. Now, in some of the comments, I've had people talking about the carburetor that's on this Briggs & Stratton engine. The float, not the float, but the butterfly that makes up the choke. Because it's made for summer use and they don't want it to flood in the summertime, the hole in the center of the butterfly is larger. Now, this guy that's living 16 miles from the Arctic Circle, I'm wondering if he might have a different butterfly in his motor because of where it was shipped to. And I think the same thing in Russia. They're cold climate. They're not using this motor over there. No way. It will not start in cold temperatures by itself. Not without, a couple of things, like I'm saying, that starting fluid. Now, this guy at the Arctic Circle, he said, change out the spark plug. And I've had that a couple of times. I've heard that a couple of times, put a different spark plug in it. But I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to be looking for a different butterfly for this carburetor, for the choke. Because, and now another guy said you hold your hand over it because of that hole and you get extra suction on the choke. Well, I can't pull the motor over and hold my hand over the choke, so I can't do that. But what I can do is I can make something up that'll cover the hole and seal the hole once you take the air filter off and cover that hole on top of the motor. I am going to do that. I'm going to come up with something that's got a rubber gasket on it that I can seal that off and pull the motor over. Because I don't want to use starting fluid if I don't have to. So I'm going to try that. Now another guy in the comments, he left another comment, and he said what he did on his motor is he took the cover off the air filter. The cover off the air filter, then you're left with the air filter. On the top of the air filter, right over the throat of the carburetor that goes down in, he drilled a small hole. And then he made a cover for it so he can cover that hole. I would imagine he probably took some kind of thick metal like a washer or something, drilled another hole, so he's got a little door that will close over the little hole that he drilled. And that little hole that he drilled, he has an eyedropper, and he drops in a couple of drops of gasoline down into the carburetor. And that'll make it start first pull. I like that idea. That's using gasoline stuff. I do that on my snowmobile after it's been setting a while. I'll put gas down the spark plug holes and it'll start the first pull. I'd rather do that than pull on the thing half a dozen times. So I like the eyedropper idea. I like that idea. I also like maybe even trying to figure out what's a better spark plug. I like that idea. But if you're watching this video again, and I'm going to put it in the comment back to you, let me know what spark plug you're using. And I would also like to know what motor is on your SnowDog. Because this is a Briggs & Stratton 13 horse. I'm in a cold state. I'm not at the Arctic Circle. But I can guarantee you, without starting fluid or some kind of intervention, this motor is not going to start. And especially at 60 below zero. Now, I don't know if you've got it in a building, a heated building. If this was in a heated building, that would be a whole different ball of wax. I don't know what you're doing. I just don't believe that you got the same motor, same carburetor, same everything that's on this machine. That's all I'm going to say on that. I just would have to have more information from you about your machine, I guess. But anyways, that's a couple other things. Other people are having the same problem with rollovers. Deep snow, the same thing. I know guys in Western Maine that have left some comments. They're saying the same thing about deep snow. When you get deep, fluffy snow, then it plows. Out here today, this is a good, I got video, I'll mix it in. This is good conditions for the SnowDog today. This was bare ice 4 days ago. Now we have about 4 inches of fluffy snow. And under that is straight ice. I don't have good traction today. If it was hard, crunchy ice, that the track could track onto something, could get a hold of, this thing would have a lot more speed than it has today. But because I'm on fluffy snow with no traction to the ice, I'm not getting very good traction under the machine. And it's good enough, but it's not. If I had to pull something, there's no way it would pull it. Say I had to pull a fish house out here today, I believe that it would have trouble pulling the fish house because of lack of traction. But that's another, we'll call this myth number 2 about the SnowDog, just because it's a follow-up on the last video. What else? I don't want to make this a long video because people just don't watch them once you tag on, but then you skip ahead. So we're going to keep you from skipping ahead, and we're going to cut this video short. Cut her off in about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to talk about in the next video about the SnowDog, that will be myth number 3, SnowDog. I'm going to lift the hood on the SnowDog, and we're going to go over a couple of things that other people have pointed out to me in the comments as well as by email. So I'll lift the hood. I got a box on the back here. I will lift the cover off the box. I won't empty the contents of the box, but I will take out a few items that I consider safety items. One item that I don't have with me today because I knew the conditions wasn't going to warrant throwing it on. It's actually 2 pieces of equipment that I would take with me if I was going long distance and out in the bush. I would bring my hand come along, and I would also bring a snow shovel and my snowshoes. Those 3 items are always on my snowmobile, and they're always on the SnowDog when I go back up in the swamps or I go back into the bush. But where I am here today, I'm on a lake with very good conditions going, so walking out of here wouldn't be an issue anyways, regardless. So that's it for this video. So pay attention for the next one, which is going to be myth number 3, SnowDog, and that's where I lift the hood on this SnowDog, and we'll go through a couple of mechanical things on the SnowDog. So I'll see you next week, and you have a great week.